All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Amanda DeMarco. I am the Director of Tech, the MCTT, in the Park Views Rutherford office. And today, what we are going to be going over is how to come up with 365 days worth of social content. Now, everyone knows social media is a increasingly bigger and bigger part of everyone's marketing strategy as the years go by, as social media becomes even bigger than it already is. It's absolutely something that agents should be incorporating with their marketing plans. Now, of course, the level in which you want to participate, how often you want to be posting, how much money you may want to put towards ads, that's always going to be up to you. That's up to the agent. Whatever you see is best. And I also would recommend taking everything gradually and really trying to learn and master some of the basics and really get a feel on everything and get a handle on your strategy before you maybe dive full into the deep end and begin to spend any money as well. You really want to make sure you have more of that concrete strategy before you go to the next level. So this class is going to be a little bit on the shorter side, and we're going to go over some different ways where you can come up with different content that you can post throughout the year. And this is also going to be a great way for you guys to kind of keep in mind how you can bank a lot of these ideas. That way you will never be struggling on the day of and saying, okay, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to post. Let me just pull something out of nowhere. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I would like to show you guys is just this really quick article that I found through Adobe. It was posted earlier this year. I can put this in the chat as well. So let me go ahead and pop that in there for you all. This is a quote unquote complete guide to social media. I think it's far from complete, but it is definitely an excellent starting point. So I just want to highlight a few things. And they're really talking about why and how you should use social media for real estate. Right here, I think this is a pretty, important statistic. 77% of real estate agents now use social media as a marketing and lead generation tool. That's pretty much 3 in every 4 realtors, almost more. Nearly 80% of realtors are on social media. When it comes to making your real estate company, yourself, more visible online, it's always about driving as much value as possible from the digital touch points shared between you, your clients, and your potential customers. And now they go into how you can make sure you're headed on the right track when it comes to social media. First, figuring out the why. This is always something that we want to figure out, know your why. This is something that is very, very popular within the world of KW. What's your why? What's your one thing? So a great why for why you should use social media, it is a phenomenal way to connect with your clients. Purchasing or selling a home is one of the biggest and most stressful experiences that anyone can go through. I purchased a home right before the pandemic. It was a for sale by owner. I ended up not using a real estate agent, and thinking back now, especially working within a Keller Williams office and seeing how much a realtor really can do to help get the buyer's wishes done, help move everything along smoothly, whether you're on the listing side, the buy side with a rental property, you really want to showcase that value. And that is one big reason why you should use social media, is to showcase your value. Buyers are emotionally driven, so they want to trust someone who's going to guide them through the process. On your social media platforms, you should be genuine, approachable, and I kind of disagree with this one, no nonsense. Now, of course, you don't want to have a social media page for your real estate business and constantly post about, monkeys but monkeys eating bananas. I don't know. If every third post in your channel is about monkeys eating bananas, that's no nonsense, right? Or I should say that is nonsense. But that does not mean that you have to keep your page super serious and super strict. Instead of posting some of that funny content randomly, try to include things that have to try to include other funny things that can still relate to your business or relate to yourself. Maybe some ways that can show your clients more of your personality. When it comes to a real estate social media page, it's completely up to you if you'd like to keep your page 100% strictly for business, or if you'd like to mix your personal and professional life into one. There's no right or wrong answer, according to me. I am by no means the all-knowing being of social media. I am not the expert. This is just some of my personal opinions from working with social media for quite some time. But I would definitely say whatever you are more comfortable with. But either way, don't be afraid to show your followers a little bit more about your personal life. This is how we get them to connect with us. You may not want to show your children's faces, and you definitely don't want to post where they go to school, their teachers' names, different things like that. But, if you are at a local park, maybe take a picture of them from behind when they're on the swings and showcase how you are in the area that you are an expert in. Now, they give an example here. Company's value proposition is to cut out the realtor and make buying and selling homes as straightforward as possible. So granted, that is not what we are here to do, but this is an example of how they are using their posts to give you information on the property while being short and sweet, but still being very informative. Now, they help elevate some of the pain points. Why should I trust an online company? How do I get in touch if I need help? These questions don't relate to us, but that does not mean that there are no questions that a client may ask. How do I, a client may ask you, what do I do if a deal falls through? What do I do if I can't get a loan? Again, I'm not a realtor myself, so I don't know the answers to these or what questions they may be asking, but kind of think of those frequent questions that you are asked from time to time. And that could be a great reason to use your social media platform, is to inform your clients. So here, this is tying into what I said before. Your online brand needs to be more than just talk and good vibes. It needs to be functional. It needs to be a way for you to communicate. You can be on multiple platforms, and that is absolutely encouraged. Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same company. They are now owned by Meta for Facebook. So that actually comes in handy at times. If you are posting on your business Instagram page, you can automatically have that post go on your Facebook business page. That's something that we do here. I manage our socials, and it is just one less thing that I have to do because what I'm posting on Instagram is automatically going to be posted on our Facebook page. So you should definitely be posting on multiple platforms and pay attention to those platforms. As a rule of thumb, you should be prepared to answer questions within a day. So definitely get into the habit of checking your social profiles, seeing if you have any communication, any comments, any messages, and you definitely want to respond to people as soon as possible. Next, this says, remember that you're selling more than just a house. It's kind of what we've been talking about so far this whole time. But you're selling yourself as well as trying to sell properties. Social media gives you a great platform to engage, promote, and draw the attention to what's special and attractive. And this can help you build a sense of community and position yourself as a champion in your neighborhood or your area. So think about what I was saying before. You want to incorporate maybe a little bit of your personal life in as well as your business life, and you take your kids to the park. Let's say I live in Hawthorne, for example. So I want to be the neighborhood expert in Hawthorne. I want to be the #1 realtor in Hawthorne. What's a great way for me to do this? I'm going to take my imaginary kids, in this case, maybe I'll take my dog, to the Goffelbrook Park. It is very well known. It's located in the heart of Hawthorne. Maybe I want to post some pictures about going for a walk in the park and just showing my love for the town. Later on that day, we go to grab a bite to eat, we get an ice cream cone, stay local, post about those experiences. This is a reason why people may want to work with you, because you're not just about business, you're also showcasing what you do in your downtime and that you truly are an expert in your neighborhood because you're showing that you're active and that you are participating in activities throughout that area. And just here, understand the demographic that you're looking to attract. There are some content schedulers available, but this is This class is going to sort of help us create our own bank of ideas, which we can use throughout the year. So without further ado, oops, just put that away. Apologies, team. That Zoom bar always is in the wrong place at the wrong time. So one thing that I did want to show you guys is our online magazine is out front. If you go to outfront.kw.com, you will be able to see a ton of great content that you can read, watch, listen to. And this has to do with how the state of Keller Williams is doing. It showcases agents throughout the country and also can give some great tips and tricks, such as social calendars. Again, I'm going to go ahead and put this link in the chat for you guys. And here, when I scroll down, we're able to see that there are different links for different months. So right now, here are some August prompts, June, May, April, March, etc. So we're maybe not at every single month, maybe they are scattered about, just not in order here. But each of these articles contains an idea for one post a day. So let's go ahead and check in and see what was going on for August. Make your social media marketing a walk in the park. It sounds so easy. But if you're following something like this, it does make it easy. Now, again, because this is beautiful KW, they have it outlined everything for us, perfect and nice, neatly organized. Here we go, week 1. They truly list out day by day different ideas that you can use for your socials, whether it's going to be promoting the first day of the month and asking about how their goals are doing for the year. Maybe we scroll down here, August 6th, summer will be over in a blink of an eye. Highlight a local business owner or vendor who closes up shop once the season is over. The following week, update your audience with a market update graphic. August 10th, showcase a coworker or another expert in your area. As you can see, these are a blend of business and fun, so to say. You're going to be highlighting how you're spending your last weeks of summer in your town, in your local areas, but you're also going to be showcasing any properties that you're involved with, open houses, market updates, etc. Now, just because this is laid out for us in such a nice way, let me see if I can, there we go. Now it's a little easier to read. Even though this is laid out for us in such a nice way where it gives us a day-by-day breakdown, we do not have to follow this. You can use this as a guide. I'm going to go to docs.google.com and I'm going to create a blank document. And I would recommend everyone do this, whether you want to use a Google Doc or a sheet, depending on how you're organized. You can name this social content. And here's where you can simply begin to collect ideas. You can split this up by month, etc. You could split it up by season, however you want, or you can just have ideas by category, buyers, listings, around town, market updates. What I'm doing here is setting myself up to collect a lot of ideas that I can use in this bank. That way, I will never be at that moment where I'm like, oh, shoot, it's 4 o'clock. What am I going to post today? You're going to always have a list to refer back to, and you'll have great ideas that you can utilize. So again, regardless of how you set it up, it is up to you. But what you can do is comb through a lot of these great websites, such as the Outfront articles and some other areas, and you can you could copy and paste the ideas and put them into each bucket. You can even copy this whole thing and just paste it all into here. It's completely up to you how you'd like to do it. And as you're looking through everything, maybe not everything is applicable to you. And that's another thing to remember with social media. There's no right or wrong, and there's no, you know, what am I trying to say here? There's really little you can do to mess things up. Of course, you want to keep everything PG. You don't want to be offensive. You do want to keep, everything kind of, neutral. But when it comes to other sorts of content, it is up to you what you want to post. If you don't feel comfortable posting something, by all means, do not feel obligated to do so. You should never feel forced to post something that you don't want to. Your social channels are going to be a reflection of you. So, what I, again, recommend doing is coming into the outfront.kw.com. There is a search button, so you can search for social calendar, and then all of these different articles will come up. So if you have some downtime, take a little bit to comb through each of these articles and make a list for yourself, an idea bank, divide it up however you want, and start to compile your list of ideas. I also found this great resource that's provided through Tom Ferry. It is a free download. If you Google Tom Ferry Social Media Simplified, you'll be able to find it. I will post this in the chat as well, just in case it will work for anyone else. A little bit of a long link, but that's okay. So this is they call it the Real Estate Agent's Guide to Dominating on Social Media. Now, while this isn't exactly the same kind of setup as I'm going through right now, I thought that this is a really, really great short description of different ideas that you can bookmark and hold on to. I even printed this out, and what I'm planning on doing is making some highlights and even using this as a way to brainstorm. I sometimes work a lot better writing things down, pen and paper, and then typing it up. So maybe by flipping through this, seeing some ideas, it's going to give me that little spark to come up with even more, and then I can add it to my spreadsheet. But here's, that little intro from Mr. Ferry. Everyone knows the importance of posting on social media. What holds us back is figuring out exactly what to post. So the goal of this particular guide is to eliminate that guesswork and give agents ready-to-use concepts so they can start building their brand and attracting more business through social media. So I highly recommend everyone download this. It's a very quick read, 12-page document. And the first 2 pages are just pictures, so it's going to be super easy to read. But not only does this give us some topic ideas, it also gives us a game plan. So for example, here's a 30-day Instagram story game plan. So you want to follow this plan for 3 benefits. It's quick and easy to do. It's a great way to help you get comfortable being on camera. And it's proven as an effective method to educate your followers because you are positioning yourself as a knowledgeable resource. Now, Instagram stories, for those of you who may not know, they're a little bit different than a traditional Instagram post. To take it just a step back, when we're talking about social media in general, there's different ways and different accounts that you can create. So let's break it down really quickly. Probably should have done this at the beginning, but it's never too late, right? I'm going to go on to Facebook really quickly. I just want to show you guys the difference between a Facebook profile and a Facebook business page. So this is my Facebook profile. This is my personal profile. Someone can add me as a friend. I have complete control over what everyone can see. This is, again, my personal profile. Now, this is different from a business page. Here is our business page. You can see once I click into this, and because I am an admin, right off the bat, I know that it's a page. It tells me right here, manage page. Here's that Meta business suite. So Meta, again, that's just the cool new name for Facebook and Instagram coming together. So here's where I can see all of these different tools, such as insights, our inbox, different things like that. But that's how you'll know the difference between a business page and a profile. You can make a profile that looks like a business page, but it is still an individual profile. A profile is where someone says, I have to add so-and-so as a friend. That's the profile. A business page, someone just clicks like, and then they're following that page. Now, when it comes to the differences between the two, you definitely need to have a business page, but this is why I recommend having your Instagram posts automatically post onto the Facebook page. Here is a post that I posted earlier. Granted, it's only been 2 hours. One person saw this. Let me just scroll a little bit further. So here we go. This was from a little bit ago. It only reached 10 people. This post here reached 41 people, 21 people. I have a lot of people who like this page, but it's not getting a lot of attention. And that's just because of the way that the Facebook algorithm is set up. Facebook has said that it wants users to see content from other people and other users, and not so much the business pages. So even though having a business page is important because it shows up on Google, it's a way for people to communicate with you, I wouldn't focus all of your energy on a Facebook business page. Again, by connecting it into your Instagram and allowing posts to automatically come from Instagram into Facebook will just keep your time short, and you don't have to put too much of a headache and a hassle into it. Now on Instagram, you can also create a business profile. It looks the same as a, let me see if I can log in here. It looks the same as a personal profile. Whoops. Well, I don't remember the password right now, and I'm not going to mess this up, but just know that it's going to be very similar looking when you are making your profile. A business page, you're going to get different abilities to add, a company phone number and different things like that. So it will let users have more opportunity and make it easier for them to connect with you. So going back to our different types of strategies, when we're talking about Instagram used to be simply a photo app where you took a picture of your salad or a pretty sunset and you slapped 3 filters on it and you posted it and you got 5 likes and you had a great day. I guess that was all the way back in 2012 when it first came out, about 2011. Now it's a completely different ballgame. Now it's all about video. Because what else is all about video? TikTok. TikTok is the mecca for content creation at the moment. I will be perfectly honest, TikTok scares me. I am an elder millennial and I'm a late adopter, believe it or not, with some types of tech. So I'm a little scared of TikTok because it can be intimidating. Now, that doesn't mean I haven't tried it, doesn't mean I haven't played around with it and posted 1 or 2 things just to get practice with it. So even if you are afraid of something, even if you are by no means an expert or even, have any sort of idea of how it works, don't be afraid to create an account and just start plugging away. You can also practice a lot of your video skills on Instagram. So what we were talking about just before was a story versus a post. So both a story and a post can be either a still image or a video, but it is either way, the user can choose to watch a whole video, skip over it, like the photo, like the video, etc. But this is great because it's going to help you learn to get more comfortable on camera. And their strategy to have a multitude of different videos to choose from is to shoot your videos in batches. So if you have a really nice day, it's really beautiful out today, it's cool, there's a nice breeze, the sun is out. Maybe I'm feeling good today. I'm going to go back to my house and grab 2 shirts and I'm going to shoot 6 different videos. And I'm going to do a little outfit change. That way I have a couple weeks worth of content ready to go that I've already shot. And it's just going to be in my back pocket. So that's a great tip, is to shoot your videos in advance. That way you have them ready to go later in time. Now, another great tip when you're talking about Instagram stories, after you add them to your story, you also want to save them as a highlight. Now, I don't know if this is going to show up too well because I cannot log into Instagram right now, but here we go. Here is our Instagram feed here. I'm going to view our profile. So again, I apologize, this is not the best quality. But here is our Instagram profile. So we have our address here, Keller Williams Park Views. Underneath, we are a real estate company. So that is the perk of having a business page. You can say what kind of business you are. You can, of course, have all of your photos here. And here is where you can add different highlights. So anytime you're adding something to your story, and that's when you have something that's available to view for up to 24 hours, someone can click through. When you're on the home page as well, that's what shows up right here. So when you can click through, everyone's fast moving, these are stories. You can save those stories as highlights. So you can create a new highlight from your stories. It'll take any existing story that you've posted and you can add it in. So for example, we have highlights, everyone who has rung our bell, all of our cappers, our family reunion from 2022. So this was all the way back in February, but now anyone who comes to our profile can see everything that happened at family reunion. So it's kind of like a scrapbook in a way. It's just a great way for everyone to access some content that disappears after a little while. So adding those highlights are great because it's going to help you have that content live on your profile for a longer period of time. Now, what I also really like about this guide is that it gives us content suggestions, just like the out front. So this is a little bit more concise. It's not necessarily broken up by day because this is content that can be used at any time. What's involved in the appraisal process? What does escrow mean? Is staging worth it? Some of these are questions that you have probably gotten from time to time. You may get them down the road. Maybe you haven't gotten them yet. Maybe you just took a class about what some of these things mean. But again, think of these common questions that clients may ask, whether you are asked them frequently or not. You can use these as a way to create those videos. That way you can educate your clients. Now, maybe you've never been asked, what does escrow mean? Maybe you are a numbers person, you're really good at math, you're really good with money, and you're like, who doesn't know what this means? I feel the same way, more so with pop culture than math and finance and things like that. But you have to remember, just because you know something doesn't mean someone else absolutely knows it. So as Michael Scott always says from The Office, explain it to me like I'm a kindergartner. A lot of the times it helps to break down the answers to these questions in very simple, easy to use terms. You know, I'm not saying you need to dumb it down and think that no one knows anything about real estate, but by being able to explain these topics in a very sensible way is going to make a lasting impression. If you're able to, eloquently say, well, I personally believe staging is worth it for X and Y reasons. And as a matter of fact, I stage a home and I got, an offer 20% or 20,000 over asking. You can add in some experiential moments that you've had that are just another reason why you're that expert and you have experience in these areas where someone may have questions. The results are in the repetition. So this is something that we have to grow with, especially if you're brand new or learning how to become frequent with your social media. What I like about this is that they give us multiple tiers. So we have the beginners, our intermediates, and our advanced. So depending on what level you are with your social media, you can follow this as closely as you can to help you set yourself up to being able to post more frequently. Now, this is giving us many platforms. We see Instagram, as well as our Instagram stories, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Now, just because all of these are listed does not mean you have to follow them. I personally say Facebook and Instagram, yes, absolutely. No excuses, yes. LinkedIn, Twitter, it's up to you. Maybe you want to focus on Instagram and Facebook first. Maybe saying, whoa, too many platforms, too overwhelming. Maybe even 2 platforms is too overwhelming. Start with 1. And then once you get comfortable, you can then move into another one. But either way, whether you're dealing with one platform, two, a ton, you can use this as a means to ease your way into eventually posting 1 or 2 times a day on Instagram, frequently. The algorithm is always changing, and stories and reels now on Instagram. I think this report was probably created before reels were what they were. Reels are really the way to get your content out there. If you don't know, a reel is a video that you would post on Instagram. It's no longer than, I believe, 2 minutes, but it's similar to TikTok in that you can stitch your clips together and animate them and put music over them and all that other fun advanced stuff. You don't have to go too crazy with it. Even if you just take a video of yourself. Hey everyone, guess what? I have an open house at 123 Main Street this Saturday. Come out and join me. From 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, I'm going to have free coffee from the local coffee shop. So come out, say hi. Can't wait to see you. Something as simple as that. It doesn't have to be flashy. It doesn't have to be fancy, but you're getting that important information across. Because you're posting a video, more people will see it based on how the algorithm works. Now, speaking of algorithm, another thing that I want everyone to get into the habit of is adding hashtags onto your posts. The reason we want to put hashtags is because that is a way for people to see our posts that are not already following us. So on Instagram, you can have your profile and you could post the most amazing content in the world. But if you don't have any followers, no one's going to be seeing it unless you utilize hashtags. Again, I apologize that this is not the best view here. I did not log into Instagram, but when I click on a post, I'm able to see that my caption is written here. What I like to do is I put 3 periods on separate lines, and then I have captions that I copy and paste on every post and switch out the last few hashtags. So for example, this says hashtag KW, hashtag Keller Williams, hashtag NJ Real Estate, hashtag NJ Realtor, hashtag New Jersey Real Estate, hashtag New Jersey Realtor. I'm not going to continue because it goes on and on and on. But I've included Rutherford, Bergen County, Hudson County, different things with training, etc. Now you need to think about what your clients may be looking for when they're searching on Instagram. And that's how you can utilize those hashtags. So you may not want to use something like realtor life or I love being a realtor. That doesn't matter when it comes to your clients seeing your posts. But by posting Bergen County real estate agent or New Jersey realtor, there's a better chance that a user or a potential client has been searching that hashtag to find people in their area. If you as a user, you have the ability to follow hashtags. So you may see as you're scrolling through your feed, it will show you maybe, hashtag NJ Realtor, and then it will be a random post. If you haven't followed a hashtag, I would recommend going in and following them. Let me just see something here. What I'm doing is I have gone into my search and I have typed in NJ Realtor. I've clicked on search, so a bunch of things come up, but I'm going to click on tags. And here, a bunch of different hashtags come up. NJ Realtor, NJ Realtors, NJ Realtor Life. And under each of them, you're able to see how many people follow that hashtag. So there's 416,000 people who follow hashtag NJ Realtor. If I click on it, it's going to show me some top posts, recent posts, and reels, as well as a map as to where people have been using that tag. but I can go in and say, follow. That way, throughout my personal feed, other accounts that I don't follow, but maybe have used the hashtag NJRealtor hashtag in their caption, will show up on my page. So again, this is just a great way for you to almost have that free advertisement in a way, because you're utilizing these hashtags and your posts are going to show up on other people's feeds without them following you. So it is very, very important to have your hashtags. I get sad when I see some posts that don't have any hashtags because it's just, you're not getting that post out in front of a lot of people. What I recommend doing is one of two things: either going into your notes app and creating your basis. So you put a period, enter, period, enter, period, enter, and then you can build your hashtags, or you can just go into an old post on Instagram, copy those hashtags, and then paste them while you're making a new post. Either way. But please get into the habit of using hashtags on your posts. We're almost done here, folks. The final part of this is an idea for different video content. So not only are these going to be static images or graphics, but these are going to be different video topic ideas. So again, these are great things that you could shoot in advance and post once a week, or however your schedule fits. What does X amount of money buy in this market? Welcome to the market. Here's a new guide. Here are my 3 favorite restaurants in town. Pros and cons of buying versus renting. Lots of great suggestions and ideas here. Now, before we wrap up, I did want to show you a way where everyone has free content available to them. And this is going to be through the command dashboard. So what's lovely about command is in our designs applet, we have numerous templates that we can use for social media. All we need to do is click on create design, select social, and hit continue. From there, the We Brand editor is going to load. And this is where we are going to see all the different topics where we can view the templates. So, of course, if you have a property that you are listing, that you're hosting an open house for, perhaps someone that you're very close with is listing a property and you want to show support and promote it as well, come right up here into this listings. And you'll see right here, there's a ton of different templates coming soon, just listed, just sold, open house, price update, under contract. You can click into any of these topics and you're going to see a lot of different designs. Now, what's really great is that they do have different sizes for different types of posts. So right up here, we see there's 3 different options. Social wide, that's like for a cover photo on your Facebook business page. A social square, that's that perfectly shaped square that's good on Instagram, Facebook, etc. And then we have this longer size here. And this is great to use on Instagram stories. Now you can also narrow down your viewpoint. So if I only want to view the square sizes, I can click on social square. That way it's going to narrow down my view and I'm only seeing what's available in this size. Now, even right here, there are 35 templates. They are for sale. But what I want you guys to always remember is that you can use these templates and completely change the purpose of them, if that makes sense. So look at this last one here. It's a beautiful picture of a home with a little shadow box over it, and it says, "It's just missing you." I can take that and I can copy out that text and I can maybe put, what happens during the escrow process, or what, any of these other topics here. You can swap out the intended topic and create your own. So you're using that template in a multiple number of ways. You're also going to see neighborhood snaps. So this is a really great tool to show how you're an expert in the area. I do want to show you guys how we can get this information, so I'll come back here in just a second. But just so everyone knows, I would encourage you to look through all of these different categories here to view all of the different templates that we have. Again, just because something is specifically for home value or client love or testimonial doesn't mean we can't change that template and turn it into something else. So always remember, you can let your imagination run wild and you can customize these. But these are going to give you great ideas for your content as well.
Hey Amanda, how do we get to the templates page again? This
Yeah,
page?
absolutely. When you're in Command, you are going to click on the Designs applet. So that is going to be the third one from the bottom, it has a little paintbrush. Once we click on that, we're then going to click on Create Design in the upper right corner. From there, I would suggest hitting Social, and then you'll click Continue. But just know you can come here if you needed printed materials as well. But for social posts, just hit Social and then hit Continue, and you'll be brought right into this template area.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much.
You got it. Now, also on the left-hand side, we're able to see a category for holidays. What I love about this is that they have them broken up by month, and they've added even more since I was here last. I love it. What I love about this is that they have real holidays and also fun holidays. So what I mean by that is we're going to see, Rosh Hashanah, Hispanic Heritage Month, Labor Day. Those are all real holidays, but they also have fun things like Groundhog's Day and April Fool's Day, or even some more lighthearted things like Welcome Fall. So you can take these as well and do with them what you'd like. You know, it's relaxation day. I mean, someone can easily take this graphic here, swap out that text. Hey, post about, the great last minute summer picnic. Here are 3 parks to go to this weekend, something like that. Now, I do want to show you guys how we can get these neighborhood snaps. So again, I'm going to choose Social Square. Let's say this is the one I want to use. So I'm going to click on the Use button. It's then going to load my template for me. And what I want to do is make sure I have the information for the market of my preference. So what's beautiful about Command is that I can come in here and through this menu bar on the left, I can click on this house for KWLS. This allows me to do 2 things. I can view different snapshots of neighborhoods or cities, and I can also view information for listings as well. So this is the same tool that you would use if you were making up a flyer or a post for an open house or a property that you have. You can actually plug in that address and take information directly from the MLS, the content, the pictures, etc. But here I'm going to come into snapshots. I'm going to search by postal code. Type in Rutherford. Wait patiently. And all right, so little heads up. We see that this is all coming up NA. I believe this is because I use the postal code option. Now, if you remember, this is called a neighborhood snap. The system really wants me to use a neighborhood. If you do not know what a neighborhood is, it is used in conjunction with the next door service. So next door allows people to quote unquote tap into their neighborhoods. So you can connect with other people in your neighborhood. Now, this is ideal for those who are, maybe in other areas of the country. Here in the Northeast, we don't really talk about, the west side of this town or whatnot. No, we're talking about Rutherford, we're talking about Hawthorne, we're talking about Clifton. But we can use this to our advantage. Now, in order to find out, the different neighborhood names, you can do that through Command within a contact card. If anyone needs help with that, please let me know. But once you know your neighborhood name, you can just type it in. I know based on my home address, this is what my particular Gotta love things when they don't work for you. All right. Well, here's just an example of sometimes things don't work for you when you want them to. In this instance, I would give this a little break, come back in a bit and give it a refresh. You may notice sometimes in Command, some things just need to take a little bit of a break. It's just like any other tech you'd find out there. Nothing's perfect. So I'd come back and just give this a little refresh, but ideally, this is going to create new graphics for me that give me this neighborhood information, average list price, total houses active, total pending. Also, just so everyone knows, this information may not always be up to date and accurate, so just give it a view before you publicize it. So we went over a lot today, kind of covered more than I had intended to. Hopefully I didn't overwhelm you guys too much. Essentially what I want everyone to begin to do is maybe just start a bank of social media ideas. Again, you can break it up however you want, by month, by season, by topic, by literally whatever you want. It's your database, whatever is gonna make it easier for you. But just to brainstorm on different types of content that you can have. Fun things, serious things, things that are going to give your clients information to better prepare themselves when they go on an open house or when they apply for a mortgage or when they're getting ready to close, different things like that. Anything that's going to provide value to your clients, share it. Like I said, very little you can do to do something wrong. Of course, you don't want to be too vulgar, too grotesque, anything like that. Not saying anyone would, but I have to say it. So yeah, just definitely don't be shy. Don't be afraid. And if you are a little camera shy, just get into the habit of practicing. Even if you want to just take your phone, stick it out in front of you, like lean it up against your, I don't know, tea kettle or something. Just have your camera open. Even if you don't record, get in the habit of just talking to the camera. Then maybe try to record it. Don't post it. Just record it. See how it looks. See how you can tweak everything. Because you don't want to post things just for the sake of posting things. That's another thing to remember as well. They have to have value. And it has to be something that people will want to pay attention to. Before we wrap it up, is there anything that I can answer for you guys? Do you guys have any questions for me? If not, that is a-okay. You all know where to find me. So please don't ever hesitate to reach out if you do have any questions or if you need any more information. I am here to help. Don't be afraid. Go out there, create those accounts if you haven't already. I'm always here to answer questions as well. So you've got this.
Thank you.
You're very welcome,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you.
You got it, guys. Have a great day, everyone.
You too. Thanks. I just followed the company page, by the way, on Instagram.
Love it. I'll follow you back if we haven't already.
Yeah, follow me back because I made a post too.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.